how this works, Mel, is typically the typical treatment protocol is going to be 3 to 6 months of a combination of residential and partial hospitalization, which means they're probably going to be living in some type of facility, in a
Mhm.
treatment facility. And then they have to work what's known as a continuum of care. And what that looks like is sober living, also known as a recovery residence, 12 steps. They go to meetings, they get a sponsor, they're med compliant. They continue with some type of outpatient care. And if they can get to 1 year, then they're more likely than not to stay in recovery. So a lot of the time, people will come here or we'll get them here. Perhaps they'll do the 3 to 6 months of treatment down here, and then they can go back to their home state, right? So, but in order to get them to that position where they're going to be living in a recovery residence or they're going to be med compliant, you have to get them through that first 90 to 180 days, or it doesn't happen. It simply doesn't happen. Only in the movies, not in real life.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm such a big fan of telling people to come to Florida. Now I'm also born in Massachusetts, and we can work up there too. Um, but we're bringing people in from out of state all the time, and there's a myriad of ways to do that. But we are bringing people here all the time, and sometimes they may even have a court order from their own state, and then we go to the court here in Florida and we get it recognized, so that if there's an issue, they can run to a judge here in Florida as opposed to Massachusetts, which is
Mhm.
1,400 miles away. So there's a very good reason to come to Florida, and it's a great place to experience recovery, and it's a great place for a family to finally get control out of what is typically an out of control situation. And the good treatment centers will also have a family program. So
Mhm.
we're really we're big fans of getting families to, while their loved ones in treatment, for them to work on themselves. That is key and critical to the recovery process, because the family, if they don't know it, they're traumatized. They have been suffering
Yeah.
for a long time. It's what breaks up marriages. It's why the siblings all moved out. It's why nobody can stand to be around this person. It's not because they don't
Mhm.
love them. They just can't stand to be around the suffering.
Yes,
People live
absolutely.
this way. And so Florida's a great place. Come to Florida for treatment and get well.
Yeah, that is so important, and thank you for sharing all that. I know a lot of people from where I live. I live in a small rural area, so party life is what it's all about. And as I mentioned, I have a lot of friends that I've lost to addiction as well. And the ones that I have actually seen succeed have went to Florida. They are still either in Florida or came back years later. But I do know that the recovery experience down there is a lot different than it is here in Ohio. So. That's great to know that people can come from other states. They can find ways to get with people in Florida, to get their loved ones down there. And as you mentioned, it's a whole family thing. It's not just the person going through it. That is trauma for everyone. Everyone has to go through some kind of therapy, some kind of treatment. It affects everyone in a big way. So that's very important.